What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mark Howard, representing them boys. And you know what we do here? We talk Cowboys here. So, just tapping in here. It's Friday, the day after the Thursday night opening matchup. And it's always good to come with a perspective after you get a little night's sleep. You watch some film. I'm not a film watcher like that. I don't have privy to that, but I do watch a few things to give myself notes and go over what I see. I don't lie. I go over some what other people see just to compare what I saw when I leave these shows. When I leave shows assessments, I do them on my own, but then I take what I hear others say about certain things to measure if we're still on the same page. Because some of those guys that cover the Cowboys or do these shows, they're definitely more technically sound about it than I am. I know football. I've coached it, not to a high level. Played it, not to a high level, but I'm around. I love it, and I know enough about it to be able to give a good analysis and give you my take. I'm not going to give you no fanboy take here. So, let's look at the assessing things. Offensively, in this game, looking at us, I see some good things. Javonte Williams looked good. He looked like he can get you, he can grind you out a good 4 or 5 yards, really pound a little heavy on the defense. Sanders with the one run, I won't say it was a homer hitter because he didn't take that to the house. He let Bond catch him from behind. And, maybe that shows that maybe Sanders isn't that explosive. For running backs, Jaden Blue surprised me, though. He was inactive. It did surprise me that he was listed as inactive. I think that's a choice of personnel they wanted to. If they went a little heavy, which I'm not sure where they went heavy at to not keep Blue active. But usually they if you're going light in one place, because it was only Sanders, Williams, and Lipke as running backs that were active. There's only 3 running backs. I thought, though, the running game was solid, was good. The line blocking up front was pretty good. Pickens didn't block well as a receiver. Got to shore that up. But I think we stuck to the run. Ran for 100 as a unit, ran for about 112 yards, a little over 100 yards rushing. Made plays running, the ball. Didn't just abandon to the pass. Converted third downs with the run, Certain grinding out plays is just good. Whenever you can mash, it'll bode well in a lot of games down in that fourth quarter when we need to secure a lead or hold on to a lead, wearing defenses out. So I'm encouraged there. Receiver-wise, CeeDee Lamb had the lion's share of the targets. Which comes with the lion's share of the catches, but unfortunately came with the lion's share of drops. I'm not going to beat up CD about it. It was thrown to me, especially with my son. My son's grown up liking the Cowboys, but he loves Des Bryant, and he wanted to remind me because CD's got the most drops in his 5 years being a pro. Not a good thing. I think the bulk of his drops came in the first year or so, and over these last 3 years up to now, he really wasn't having that problem as far as a drop. And I'm not saying he was majorly a problem there, but people want to pick on certain things. It's gonna be catches, it's gonna be immaculate catches, and there's gonna be some unfortunate drops. Every receiver has drops. But CD doesn't have any more drop passes to make me feel like he's an untrustworthy receiver out there. Game's on the line. I'm looking for CD to be out there to make a play. Pickens didn't get very many targets. He got 4 targets, 3 catches. You got to get them on the same page. Got to get them when I say them, I'm talking about Prescott and Pickens on the same page. Got to earn more of the trust. Pickens is a sure-handed guy that can catch in traffic, and Dak has to be willing to take the risk to him. Pickens has to get himself open and run the routes better and get himself open. Don't get me wrong. It's not Pittsburgh. He's not the only number one receiver. See, you throw to a receiver. And that's the funny thing about it, because as I go back to my son talking about Des Bryant, yeah, he was the beneficiary of a lot of great catches because he was the beneficiary of a lot of forced passes by Romo. And Pickens is the beneficiary of quarterbacks that were average but relied on him. And it was like, when all else failed, just throw it up to George Pickens. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a talent to go up there and go get those passes. So I'm not mad at Pickens. But with having a receiver like CeeDee Lamb, you don't always have to do that, and you're going to likely go to the receiver that's more open. And if it is going to be a risky pass, the relationship has been built and the trust has been built between Prescott and CD more so than he has with Pickens, and that's going to come in time. So I'm looking for that to pick up. Plus, also, I got Pickens on one of my fantasy teams too. So I need you to throw the ball to it, because I'm starting it. The other thing with the line, I saw a little bit later with Guyton. He looked pretty good, but there was some points where he started to get a little out of sorts here, and had a little tough time handling the D end over there that was coming up pretty explosive. But he seemed to adjust pretty well. Dak didn't really have to worry about getting touched. He looked good avoiding a rush. I think he got a couple of pressures. I think oddly enough, as much as Jalen Hurts ran on us, and that was partially because we were putting pressures on him, but we didn't keep lane integrity. I just off an eye test, I believe we put more pressure on Hurts than Dak got from Philadelphia. So the offense, was fine. It stagnated and didn't score at all in the second half. And in most situations, especially if we're going to play quality teams, any team, but especially an upper echelon talented team, I'm going to feel better if we put 30-plus points on the board, minimum of 30 points on the board. Either way, so defensively, yes, they gave up a lot, and then yet they only gave up 3 points in the second half. Don't get me wrong, because the offense didn't score. We were still down. We would have lost, by 1 point instead of 4 points. But I would say to you, defensively, there's a point with our edges, and we're deep at edge, that they gotta be able to pursue, especially a running quarterback that's dangerous like a Jalen Hurts, and be able to pursue them properly and finish the task, keep them contained, and not let him get outside that containment and then have an open field, especially if we don't have a spy. There was no spy there. We don't have Overshown right now. Overshown, I can see probably serving that purpose as being a spy, because he has the speed to be able to run that down a bit. But we don't have that. But there are some flashpoints of things defensively that I was like, now, we were very much worried about, there was a lot of criticism on the DBs, corners specifically, as to what? With the unknown of health, especially on the part of Trayvon Diggs, we didn't know, okay? And Trayvon Diggs came in. As far as the coverage goes, he was excellent. Didn't have anything to worry about over his way. Didn't see a pass going to the receiver he was covering that way much, if at all. Don't recall that. Kyer Elam played the other outside corner. He got beat deep on one. It was a good play, but it was close. Good pass that got it there by Hurts. I'd like to have seen it played better, but I can't really criticize. I think Elam did well. He got beat off the top, and he closed the gap and was kind of there. Just wasn't able to make a play on the ball to knock it out. Didn't really kill us. It was a little deflating because it was a third down and long. Bland played well. I mean, Devontae Smith didn't hurt us. A.J. Brown had one catch. Definitely didn't. It was a catch when Philadelphia needed it, when we were trying to stop them to get the ball back. But you held them to one catch the whole game. So I think the secondary did well. Corners, safeties, linebackers looked pretty solid. Marshawn Nealon looks good, and I'm gonna tell you, James Houston, don't think he played much, but when he came in, he flashed. And James Houston needs to play more. We got to find some place with him. If that's the case, we need to figure out, trim up in some area maybe, and we can afford to. I think we almost want to say we got an embarrassment of riches at some positions on defense that we could probably move to bring in another player of need at a position where we're short at. I said last night too, as far as the front line, hey, Ken Clark, he's definitely an anchor there. He's definitely a one technique. He's definitely made a big difference in the run. The run game, they got running yards, but it didn't hurt us. Only thing that hurt us on the run was Hurts running away from the pass pursuit because we weren't able to contain him in the pass rush. But as far as the straight handoff or even play action or RPOs, he didn't do it that much, and that wasn't really killing us. I think they got one big run for about 20, and after that it was just a grind out. So I'm not mad, but I think against a very good, very good running team with a very good line, I like the way the Cowboys held themselves. So with flashes of some people there, I think we have the makings of a good defense. Of course, fools who like to talk trash, they're gonna hit me up about what Parsons. Oh, what Parsons? There's some other things that would have gone differently if we had kept Parsons and not made the trade with Clark. Am I saying Clark is better than Parsons? No way. Again, I'm talking about number 11. I'm not trying to say much name-wise, but I know game one we had to look at the adjustment of that, and we're going to do away with talking about number 11. He's no longer part of the team. The situation and what he can do for a team is not going to be for us. That's gone. So from what we have, I'm comfortable with it. I think it'll get better. Eberflus is not a blitzer. He doesn't like the blitz in his scheme very much, but he did utilize the blitz to shake some things up, and it was effective. He blitzed early in the second half. Didn't really blitz anymore in the second half, and the defense just got fired up, made some plays, and was virtually solid. Offense just wasn't able to reward them. So that's what I look at seeing it here. As much as people were counting us out and figuring we were just going to be an under 500 team, even with number 11, we just weren't that. I say we have some deep talent. We have some good talent. We are suffering from some injuries. We have Trey Diggs back. Overshown, and I'm going to keep mentioning him until he gets back. Overshown won't be back until midseason. And again, even then with the knee injuries, he's young, but still waiting to see as to whether he'll have the same explosiveness or close to the same explosiveness that's going to make him potentially the potent linebacker that he showed to be. Because he was having a great year. He was having a great year up until that injury. Everything else here, I'm good with. I'd like to see Jadon Blue play. No diss with Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders did good, waiting, being patient, hit that hole over the left side, and made a big run out of it. But if Jadon Blue can see that and be patient through it, he's to the house. But hey, here's the problem. Miles Sanders does like to put the ball on the ground. Well, I won't say like to. He has a way of putting the ball on the ground. Of course, that's a big fear with Jadon Blue. But hey, I say this much: you have to worry about fumbling if you run where they ain't and you don't get caught. So just a little quick note here for the day on that. We got the rest of the season games tonight, games Sunday and Monday, and then we'll be preparing for the Giants, and we'll talk about that next week. We'll start getting ready for that. All right? Have a great weekend, guys. Again, subscribe to the channel. Please hit like, share the post. You know, we talk Cowboys here. Let some more people know, man.